Our training is on the Vivitrol injection. Here at White Sands, we offer it for our patients. It's extended relief injectable form of naltrexone. That drug and the Vivitrol drug is utilized to manage opioid and alcohol dependence. It works by binding to opioid receptors and therefore blocking the effects of opiate and alcohol intoxication. The shot is intramuscular. They usually do it in the buttocks, and it lasts 30 days. It's time released through those 30 days. It's utilized to decrease cravings. Also, if you try to use on it, you won't get any of the effects of the drug. Due to it binding to your opioid receptors, none of the dopamine can go through. Studies have shown it does just that, and it's a really effective medication for people trying to stay abstinent off of alcohol and opiates, which is amazing. It's an opioid antagonist, so it doesn't cause a person to be intoxicated. They don't feel like they're on opiates. They don't really feel like they're on anything. And it's not a scheduled narcotic like other treatments for opiates, such as Subutex or Suboxone or methadone. Multiple reports show that it has a high success rate for patients staying abstinent, and I'm happy that we are able to give our patients that option because a lot of times we know that people in early recovery can use all the resources they can get. If a patient's interested in the Vivitrol shot, please refer them to our nurses and they can get the process started right away. Most insurance companies, especially if they have good enough insurance to be covered in here, they will cover all costs. But some patients maybe private pay, stuff like that, still refer them to nurses and see, because they may do a better job at educating them on that subject, and they'll know more answers whether it's covered, whatnot. It's important to be educated on this drug because, like I said, we want to provide our patients with as many resources as possible, and with something that has such a good success rate, coupled with other treatment things. It's not the end-all be-all, but some great results. I've only heard great things from some of the patients that took it. And if you have any more questions about the drug itself, our process in administering it, we usually administer it towards the end of their stay here. They usually go through 5 days of oral naltrexone. There is an oral naltrexone. Now, the one thing I would say is I believe Vivitrol is a better option because if they skip the oral naltrexone for that day, they can use or drink that day and they won't have it in their system. This acts as an extra buffer against their first thought, which is usually wrong. First thought wrong. It's usually the second thought because they've trained themselves to act on their first thought for so long. So this injection is a buffer from that because you're in it. You can't utilize opiates or alcohol for 30 days. So I think it's a great thing. I think we need to inform our patients that it is something that's offered here and be supportive if they're wanting to go through that process, and definitely congratulate them on that because that's a huge step to be able to make that choice to have that in their system for 30 days. It's a big deal. So that's my training for this month. If you have any more questions, just reach out to me, email, or see me on staff, and we can talk about that in particular.